Peace, peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now, just wanted to share this aspect that came to me about epidote and working with crystals in general and just finding that sweet spot of working with crystals. Remember, they are helpers. They are not like, we are the walking crystal. The reason why crystals resonate with us is because, again, because we have these elements inside of us. You know, they're just helpers, and they help for us to, have a stronger resonance, in essence, with our inner being and our inner source because of the molecular structure. Again, it has a molecular structure in a crystal lattice that is, that, say, for instance, a cube shaped molecular structure gives off a certain energy, just like a pyrite. A pyrite has a cube, and you've seen pieces of pyrite shape in the cube because, again, everything, it starts off on the unseen realm and then to the seen realm. So like I say, on a quantum or on a quote unquote unseen level, the experience, like I say, the geometries of the perception of pyrite is in a cube form. So pyrite views this realm or has a perception from a cube, geometry. I'm putting it into the best way, but it experiences this realm from a cube perspective, in essence. And that's the energy that it interfaces with and give off while in this realm. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about your geometries. Like when your Merkaba spinning. Although like you look around me, you don't see my Merkaba, but it's working. Like I don't see my brain right now, but matter of fact, I don't see the thoughts. Like if I cut open my body, I wouldn't be able to see the thoughts in my brain. You know what I'm saying? Or same thing with the chakras. And our energy fields. It's like it's there, but you would only be able to see it with your first eye. AKA the pineal gland or pineal organ. Because it creates it creates DMT. It creates what it secretes. Most glands only secrete without creating. But anyway, but with all that, again, finding these sweet spots of working with your crystals, epidote, and I done spoke on it in the video, but epidote has a strong energy of amplifying, should I say, a strong vibe of amplifying energies to the point where it gives a warning, letting people know, like, hey, if you're a beginner or you're new to dealing with crystals, be aware of how you work with epidote because it could be overwhelming. It amplifies the thought realm and it amplifies the emotions as well, but more so just the thought realm and whatever you're thinking. So if you're thinking negativity, it'll amplify it to to the utmost. If you're thinking positive, it's going to amplify that. So you have to be aware of your state of being. But I thought about that, like, whenever you're, it's about striking while the iron hot. Felt those moments when you're saying your affirmations and each affirmation you say is so on point and it's making you smile. When you having moments like that, that's when you throw in a crystal quartz or epidote, you know what I'm saying, to amplify that positivity that you already got going, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all about, it's a momentum game too, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's just like, matter of fact, shout out to Abraham Hicks, where, always speaking on like, it's harder to stop like if a car going down the hill and you catch it right as it was about to stop, cool, you could stop it. But when it's always it's going down the hill, it's too late to try to stand in front of it and stop it. You just gotta let it go. And that's how, like, from positive or negative thoughts could be, once you start in a certain direction, the momentum get going, so you get more and more positive, and catch that vibe. Or, you catch the momentum of a negative thought, and then it gets more and more negative, and you ever realize, like, when you get so deep into the negativity, and you even know that, hey, it's all about, being in alignment, and I say that negativity is not being in alignment, but, it's all about being in a high vibrational state, and even knowing this, when you let that momentum of that negativity go too strongly, it's a little difficult to raise yourself out of it, because again, it's like you trying to stand at the end of the car. Like, matter of fact, and I think what that was on. There's a Problem Child. I think Problem Child 3, where the lady that his dad was trying to marry, they had that big stone with the heart in it, and she like tried to like I'm gonna stop this stone just by me holding my hand out like this, and it rolled over ass. With that example, that's what I think about too. It's like you still get like that's why it's so again important for us to be conscious aware of just being in our moment, and conscious aware of not letting the the negativity have the majority of the airplay broadcasting in our radio station. But yeah, just making sure you work with certain crystals when you feel that energy, but more so again speaking to epidote or quartz, like those two that amplify energies. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, just following your intuition in general. Like whatever stone you feel like working with, go to working with it. You know. And matter of fact, as you go to work with it, something to tell you otherwise. If it's like you'll hear that little voice tell you like you working with this crystal just because of like a thought that somebody told you, but this the crystal that you really should be working. You know what I'm saying? You might, and I say might, as you continue to work on your intuition, you will get stronger insights, as you're working with the crystals and things of this nature. But you know uh you know definitely again, like being aware in certain points to use like quartz, and quartz is programmable. Epidote just amplifies in general. Quartz amplifies, but it's also programmable, where you could let the quartz know like, hey, I want you to amplify the vibration of trust. I want you to amplify the vibration of you know of feeling my inner abundance. I want you to amplify the vibration of the strength of my affirmations, as I say. You know what I'm saying? Like you could, you know, that's why they put it in computers. Quartz helps to amplify the frequencies, amplify the vibrations. You know, so the parts in the computer could communicate with other little part. Got that quartz amplify the energies. But that's basically it. Hey, shout out to the Blackbirds. But peace, peace. Happy now. Time's a vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Peace, peace.